You are doing the perfect diet. You are running 5 miles a day. You are meticulously counting every single calorie that enters your body. And you are exhausted. But the scale is not moving. In fact, you might actually be gaining weight. The billion-dollar fitness industry is refusing to tell you the brutal truth. They want you to believe that you are just lazy, or that you lack willpower, or that you are simply not trying hard enough. But the terrifying truth is, your inability to lose weight has absolutely nothing to do with calories in and calories out. Right now, there is a silent neurotoxin systematically destroying your metabolism, locking your fat cells, and blinding your brain. Today, I am going to expose the exact biological mechanism that is keeping you trapped, and how you can trigger a biological miracle to finally achieve root healing. Let us imagine this. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, our ancestors roamed the wild. When a saber-toothed tiger suddenly appeared, their bodies initiated a brilliant biochemical reaction. It is called the fight or flight response. Instantly, a hormone called cortisol floods the bloodstream. Cortisol is not inherently evil. It is a brilliant survival tool. It sharply increases your blood sugar to give your muscles instant explosive energy, to either fight the beast or run for your life. At the exact same time, it shuts down all non-essential bodily functions. Digestion stops, cellular repair halts, and most importantly, the burning of stored body fat is completely frozen. Why? Because lipolysis, the biological process of breaking down fat, is a slow energy release system. When you are running from a tiger, your body does not have time to slowly burn fat. It needs quick, accessible glucose right now. But here is the craziest part. Your primal brain, the ancient neurological operating system inside your head, cannot tell the difference between a real physical threat and modern psychological stress. When you are stressing over a massive project at work, when you are panicking over bills, or when you are aggressively forcing yourself through a grueling 2-hour cardio session while sleep-deprived, your brain screams danger. It genuinely believes you are being chased by a predator every single day. So, what does it do? It pumps out cortisol relentlessly. You are trapped in a chronic state of emergency. I know exactly how this feels. I used to lock myself in the gym for hours, blindly following the calorie deficit myth, punishing my body, ignoring the deep fatigue in my bones. I was frustrated, angry, and my waistline kept expanding. I felt betrayed by my own biology. But it was not a betrayal. My body was simply doing exactly what it was evolutionarily programmed to do. It was protecting me from a perceived famine and constant danger. When your cortisol levels remain chronically elevated, it alters your cellular biology. It specifically targets the receptors in your abdominal area. Clinical research has shown that visceral fat, the dangerous fat wrapping around your organs, has up to 4 times more cortisol receptors than fat anywhere else on your body. This means when you are stressed, your body actively hoards fat and stores it directly in your belly as an emergency energy reserve. It creates a powerful physiological barrier that prevents fat loss, no matter how little you eat. You are literally programming your body to store fat. It does not stop there. The constant flood of stress hormones begins to silently destroy your muscle tissue. Your body breaks down your own hard-earned muscle to convert its proteins into glucose, a process called gluconeogenesis, just to keep feeding the phantom emergency. You are losing muscle, slowing down your metabolism even further, and gaining stubborn belly fat simultaneously. This is the ultimate trap set by modern society. We are constantly stimulated, constantly stressed, and constantly told to push harder. But pushing harder against a locked biological door only breaks your own bones. In other words, every time you step on that treadmill feeling utterly drained, forcing yourself to run another mile out of pure guilt, You are not burning fat. You are bathing your cells in a stress hormone that actively signals your body to hold on to every single ounce of fat for dear life. You are fighting millions of years of evolutionary biology, and biology always wins. The billion-dollar weight loss industry profits immensely from this cycle of failure. They sell you more supplements, more intense workout programs, and more restrictive diets, all of which only add more physiological stress to an already broken system. They treat you like a mathematical equation, completely ignoring the complex molecular biology happening inside you. Imagine your metabolism as a delicate, high-performance engine. Cortisol is like pouring sand directly into the gears. The engine still tries to run. It screams, it overheats, but it cannot produce any forward momentum. Your neurons are constantly firing distress signals. Your lymphatic system becomes sluggish, unable to clear out cellular waste efficiently. The stress even begins to alter your gut microbiome, killing off beneficial bacteria and promoting the growth of microbes that actually extract more calories from the food you eat and increase your cravings for sugar and junk food. It is a cascading disaster of biochemical reactions, all triggered by chronic stress and the false belief that you just need to eat less and move more. This is the truth they refuse to tell you. Here is the terrifying truth. When your cortisol levels are constantly skyrocketing, it triggers a devastating secondary biological mechanism. Remember how cortisol breaks down your muscle tissue into glucose? That sudden flood of sugar in your bloodstream creates an emergency of its own. Your pancreas panics and pumps out massive amounts of insulin to clear the sugar. Insulin is the master fat storage hormone. It acts as a biological padlock on your fat cells. As long as insulin is elevated in your bloodstream, accessing your stored fat for energy is physiologically impossible. Your body simply refuses to open the vault. This is a biochemical reaction at the cellular level that no amount of willpower can overcome. You could eat just 1,000 calories a day, but if your cortisol and insulin are chronically high, your body will meticulously store every possible calorie as fat, while simultaneously starving your cells of energy. You are trapped in a vicious cycle of fatigue, constant hunger, and stubborn weight gain. Let us dive deeper into what happens when you finally lower that cortisol. The moment you step out of the stress trap, your endocrine system begins a massive repair protocol. Take leptin, for example. Leptin is the satiety hormone, the chemical messenger that tells your brain you are full and it is time to burn energy. When you are chronically stressed and inflamed, your brain develops leptin resistance. It literally becomes blind to the signal. You could have plenty of stored body fat, but your brain thinks you are starving. By lowering systemic inflammation through sleep and stress management, you resensitize your brain to leptin. Suddenly, the relentless cravings vanish. You feel naturally satisfied. You are no longer fighting your own appetite. Furthermore, let us talk about your lymphatic system. When you are stuck in fight or flight, your lymphatic drainage severely slows down. This system is responsible for carrying away cellular waste and toxins. A sluggish lymphatic system leads to water retention, puffiness, and a toxic internal environment that suffocates your cells. By switching to the rest and digest state and utilizing gentle movements, you manually pump the lymphatic fluid. You become a self-cleaning organism. The puffiness drops, the hidden inflammation subsides, and your cells can finally breathe and metabolize fat efficiently. And we cannot ignore the microbiome. Stress literally alters the landscape of your gut bacteria. It destroys the diverse healthy microbes and allows sugar-loving, stress-feeding bacteria to overpopulate. These bad bacteria can actually send signals up your vagus nerve to your brain, demanding junk food. Yes, your cravings are often not even your own. They are the demands of a hijacked microbiome. But when you lower stress and nourish your body properly, you starve out the bad bacteria. You cultivate a thriving, balanced ecosystem that naturally desires healthy foods. You completely reset your biological baseline. So, how do we achieve this biological miracle? The golden standard for permanent weight loss is not found in a punishing boot camp. It is found in deep, restorative healing. It is time to stop fighting a war against your own biology. You do not need to work out more, you need to recover deeper. The absolute first step to unlocking your fat-burning potential is prioritizing your nervous system. We must deliberately switch your body from the sympathetic nervous system, the fight-or-flight mode, over to the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode. It starts with the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the biological superhighway connecting your brain to your gut, your heart, and your lungs. When you actively stimulate the vagus nerve through deep, slow, diaphragmatic breathing, you send an immediate, powerful signal to your brain that you are safe. The tiger is gone. Instantly, cortisol production halts. Your digestive system turns back on. Your body realizes the famine is over and it finally feels safe enough to release the stored energy. This is not a placebo effect. This is a highly documented clinical reality. Next, we must radically change how you move. Forget the grueling high-intensity interval training that leaves you gasping for air and swimming in stress hormones. To heal your metabolism, you need to engage in Zone 2 cardio. This means walking, light cycling, or swimming at a very low conversational pace. Zone 2 training targets your mitochondria, the energy powerhouses of your cells. It builds a massive mitochondrial network that exclusively burns fat for fuel, all without ever crossing the threshold that triggers cortisol. You are silently training your body to become a highly efficient fat-burning machine while keeping your nervous system completely calm. And then there is the ultimate cellular reset, which is deep sleep. When you enter deep, slow-wave sleep, your brain actively flushes out neurotoxins. Cortisol plunges to its lowest levels. More importantly, this is the exact moment your body releases human growth hormone, a powerful compound that repairs muscle tissue and aggressively mobilizes fat stores. If you are sleeping less than 7 hours a night, you are chemically castrating your body's natural ability to heal. By mastering your sleep, your body activates a perfect biological cleaning machine. The path to a lean, vibrant body is not paved with exhaustion and deprivation. It is built on safety, recovery, and profound respect for your physiological barriers. You must create an environment where your cells feel secure enough to let go of the weight. You are not a mathematical equation of calories. You are a beautifully complex ecosystem of hormones and biological pathways. Stop forcing your body to survive and start allowing it to heal. If this deep dive into the molecular truth of weight loss resonated with you, and if you are ready to stop fighting your body and start working with it, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button to help spread this critical scientific knowledge to others who are trapped in the calorie-counting illusion. Together, we can break free from the toxic myths of the fitness industry.